Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive? Today, we're tackling a true marvel of the desert, the Dorcas Gazelle.
Oh, absolutely. These gazelles are incredible, true survivors in some of the harshest environments on Earth.
We've got some incredible research lined up about how they thrive in those scorching deserts. I think surviving on barely any water is tough. Wait till you hear what these gazelles can do.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing. Their ability to adapt their water efficiency, for instance, people always talk about that,
Uh-huh.
but it's way more than just finding a bit of moisture in plants.
Really? Okay, so spill the beans. What's the secret?
Well, their digestive system, it's incredible. Like super specialized. Every drop of moisture from those leaves and grasses, even those tough desert shrubs, they extract it all.
Wow, so it's not just what they eat, but how their bodies make the most of it? That's
Well,
incredible.
and they can concentrate their urine too. Helps them conserve even more water.
Talk about efficiency.
Yeah.
But surviving the desert isn't just about water, right? Their camouflage, it's got to be a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Blending in with all that sand and stuff.
You got it. That pale fawn, or sometimes it's more sandy brown, that coat isn't just about hiding. Actually plays a huge role in keeping them cool too. Reflects sunlight.
Ah, so it's like a built-in sunshade. Pretty smart.
Exactly. Fashion meets function, right? But of course, yeah, it helps them avoid becoming, well, lunch. Cheetahs, hyenas, you name it. Predators are everywhere.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so multi-purpose coat check. Helps with the heat, helps hide from some predators, but doesn't blending in also make them easy targets for predators with sharp eyes? Like what about eagles?
Great point. Camouflage isn't a sure thing, obviously. That's where their speed and agility come in. Plus, their senses are super sharp. Helps them avoid those aerial attacks.
I bet. So it's a combination of things.
Exactly. Plus, they're smart about when they're active too, mostly during twilight hours. Avoids the midday sun and probably a lot of predators who are out and about them.
Ah, right. The crepuscular lifestyle. I always thought that was so cool. So they're out when it's cooler, saving energy and water, and maybe even outsmarting some predators in the process. Talk about
Cool.
working smarter, not harder.
It's a brilliant adaptation. And speaking of adaptation, their social life is pretty interesting too. Usually they hang out in these herds, up to 10 or so.
Right, safety in numbers,
Ah,
especially in such a tough environment. But I've heard things get a little interesting during mating season.
you heard right. Males become territorial, gotta compete for the ladies. It's a pretty amazing sight, actually. These usually peaceful creatures going all out, showing off their strength and speed. Quite a change of pace.
Nature is full of surprises. But sadly, I think their biggest challenge isn't really finding a mate or dodging a hungry cheetah. It's us, isn't it?
It's true. The Dorcas gazelle is listed as vulnerable, and that's largely due to human activities, unfortunately. Habitat loss is a big one. People expanding, development, you know how it is.
Yeah, it's a familiar story.
Plus, overgrazing from livestock. And then there's hunting, all putting pressure on these gazelle populations.
It's tough to hear. These amazing animals so well suited to their environment, and then we come along and mess things up. But are there, efforts to help them? I hope so.
There are, thankfully. A lot of countries are stepping up, creating protected areas, reserves, places where they can, live and thrive without these threats.
Okay, that's good to know. Where are some of these places?
Oh, all over. There are reserves in Israel, some in Chad, all dedicated to Dorcas gazelle protection and captive breeding programs too, trying to boost those numbers.
It's definitely a multifaceted problem, so those multifaceted solutions, that's got to be the way to go, right?
Absolutely. And I think it all boils down to recognizing just how interconnected everything is. The Dorcas gazelle, they're not just a species on their own, they're part of this huge, intricate web of life. Protecting them means protecting the whole desert ecosystem.
That's a powerful way to think about it. So we've got these incredible adaptations, this struggle for survival against the odds, and then this reminder that we're all connected. It's a lot to take in.
It really is. But I hope, learning about this sparks something in people. I hope they want to learn more about desert ecosystems, about the conservation efforts, about how even small actions can have a big impact.
Absolutely. So to everyone listening, this deep dive is just the beginning. Keep learning, keep exploring, and most importantly, stay curious. We'll catch you next time for another deep dive.
See ya.